I am now joined by Ms. Pragya Debburman, a member of the Tripura royal family, older sister of the royal scion, Mr. Pradut Debburman. Ms. Pragya Debburman, welcome to Northeast Live, first of all.
Yes, thank you for having invited me. And besides being the elder sister, I am also the convener of the Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, Tripura chapter.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. You are heading the Tripura chapter of INTAC. Yes, of course. Ms. Pragya Debburman, you know, you are quite upset. You are quite upset actually over the Tripura government's decision to host a dinner for supposedly for G20 delegates at the Darbar Hall of the Ujjayanta Palace. Why are you upset with the dinner that was hosted? What are some of the main reasons?
Thank you for having asked me this question, because I think it will help clear some doubts in the minds of government officials and the public in general. See, I have nothing against the government or the G20 delegates, After all, they are here for a reason, and it's to promote Tripura and the country. What I'm upset about is that, the venue that was selected for the hosting of this particular dinner party, which has unfortunately become infamous, that is the crux of the problem. Now, I have been working with the government, maybe, as an INTAC person and convener. In fact, the light and sound show that they had at the Ujjayanta Palace, we've been helping it out. I and my team, we've been helping with inputs and all that for the light and sound show, and also there's some work going on currently in Neer Mahal and other places. So, we've been associated with them in some way or the other. So, I would never be against any of them if they're trying to do something good for the state and for the heritage sites. Now, as I mentioned, what I'm upset about is that they had this program done in a secretive manner. I have been told that they were supposed to have a dinner party at the Polo Towers, which being the only 5-star hotel over here, but there were some last minute changes and they had this dinner party in the palace. Later on I learned, because there were some people over there who informed me that they had it in the Darbar Hall, and where the throne used to be, we have this famous throne, which everybody
the coronations of the Manikya dynasty used to take place there.
Yes. So, the coronation and all official visits, that were conducted in Tripura in the past, they were always held in the Ujjayanta Palace and in the Darbar Hall. So, it has a special status and it's revered amongst everybody. Whether they are Tripuris or non-Tripuris, that's not the case. They belong to different religions as well. But people who are from Tripura, they know that the throne is a very sacred thing. And it's been handed down, for centuries. It's been mentioned in our Rajmala and a lot of other books. And the thing is, the Ujjayanta Palace was completed in 1901, and the chaudal and the throne used to be used there for these important occasions. And even during the regime of the of the Communist Party and others, the Congress at some point or the other, this palace was never used for any other purpose. The speaker, had his role to play when it was an assembly. But, there were talks of converting it back into a Darbar Hall by making a replica of the same. And I was supposed to be assisting them. In fact, I did. I gave them a lot of material to put up in the museum. I helped out the tourism and ICAT departments at that time and all that. And so this was quite a shock when we suddenly learned that the place, it's like a little platform, a marble platform where the throne used to be kept, the chaudal used to be kept. There they had placed this very pretty obnoxious statue, with no offense to whoever made it, of a lady, a nude lady, a very inappropriate statue, and decorations were placed all over the place, and this dining thing was, a buffet was held over here, And later on I came to know, because I then asked for the CCTV camera footage and photographs. So then it came as a shock to me that these were not even the delegates, and they were just your IAS officers and secretaries and other people who are involved in some projects and the other in the state government. And now, you know, nobody is like, nobody's saying a thing to me because they've messed it up. And this goes against, you know, I mean, it's dishonorable, let's put it this way. You should not have used this place for this particular event.
Right. Right. Now, Miss 𝗡𝗢𝗪𝗓, you know, did the state authorities consult you or any member of the royal family for that matter, you know, or do you think this consultation is mandatory or a matter of decency? How would you put it?
Nobody ever consulted us, nobody invited us to any of the G20 functions. In fact, a lot of people asked me, you know, I mean, how is it that you've not been invited, you've helped out with a lot of things. Anyway, that is trivial. I'm not looking for, you know, a name or anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think it would have been decent on their part to have invited us, and it would have been a good thing if they had told us, see, this is what we want to use this room for. Naturally, you know, it would have been different. I could have asked them that, you know, you could have had this party or whatever, anywhere else in the park, in the lawns maybe, or in the balcony. The palace is huge. But why select something that is symbolic of the past and something that is held so dear in the hearts of the people of Tripura? This is what is bad.
Where is the throne located at this point in time? Was the throne displaced from the Darbar Hall for this party?
See, the throne isn't there anymore, because naturally when it was converted into an assembly hall and later into the state museum, the throne is now with us, okay, in the main Raj Andar, in the palace, in Ujjayanta palace. And here, the surprising thing is, and of course it's a good thing, the government still follows the old regulations and rules, and during certain religious occasions, they come and they actually give a gun salute in front of the throne, which is in the palace. But over there, they've forgotten all that and they dishonor that very same room where the throne used to be housed. You know, it's ironical.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you know, are you planning to formally express your displeasure to the state government? What are you planning to do now?
Definitely, I think I'm going to take this up. You see, being an intact convener, it's also my work to create an awareness amongst the people and to protect what is our heritage. Now, this room used to house one of the most important thrones of the dynasty and of our country. Now, it's no longer there, but it was meant to be used for a certain purpose. It's like, you know, you use a temple or a church or a mosque or dargah or whatever for a certain purpose, and then you suddenly have a party over there. How would you feel about it? So, the sentiments of the people have been, you know, affected. They have been hurt. A lot of people have been calling me and they've said, we want to have a meeting. What should we do about it? Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. They might just do anything. In the end, we'll have no reverence left for any of these places. So, that is why I believe that, you know, we have a heritage committee and all that, I think, in Tripura, which is not being put to any use. I think we need to activate such things, committees and organizations, and we have to put pressure, you know, wherever it's required. This is not like, you know, just for the heck of it. There is a reason behind it.
Now, this may be your first television interview after this incident, but you have spoken about it. Have you heard anything in the meantime from anybody in the state government, whether it is the chief minister, whether it is the chief secretary? Have you heard anything from anyone?
I've heard nothing from anybody, you know, maybe because they're not able to say anything, except for one person, I forget who. I was just going briefly through the news on my tablet, and I think one person from the ruling party mentioned that, oh, you know, it's only now that people have started voicing their opinion and it's not reasonable enough and it's a useless thing. But when the Communist Party was in power, nobody dared say anything. It's only now that we are democratic, we live in a democracy, so now people are coming up and blaming us, but we have given a lot of importance to the Manikya dynasty, to the royals, and this is what is happening. So this is what I read somewhere, and my reply would be that actually when this Ujjayanta palace was being restored. There was retrofitting done and all that. A lot of people had made a hue and cry about it being retrofitted, and they had approached me. So I on behalf of INTAC did go and check the place and gave ideas and helped the government out with maps and all that.
Yeah.
This was all done during the government of the previous regime. Okay, maybe there were reasons they didn't like to, talk about the rulers naturally, because it goes against their ideology. But I did that bit. And later on, when they were planning to rename this very same Ujjayanta Palace, remove the name Ujjayanta Palace altogether and just call it the State Museum, that's when also I wrote a letter to the President of India. And there was a candlelight march amongst the people of Tripura, irrespective of whether they were Tripuris or not Tripuris. They all came out and showed their solidarity, and then we were able to retain the name Ujjayanta Palace. So this did happen. There were several other occasions, but this thing,
Right.
I mean, what they've done right now, I don't think it's very, it puts, them in a good light, because on the one hand, you talk about royalty and how we're trying to help out, and you talk about religion, but this very same place where religious rites used to take place, or official, functions used to take place of the highest order, coronations, etc. Here you choose to have a party, a dinner party, that too not even for the delegates. Not that it should have been done just like that, but you just have a merrymaking round with gaudy decor and everything, and that too on the place where the throne used to be placed. So, I think this is
Absolutely.
unforgivable.
Now, right. Now, Ms. Pragya Debbburman, you are planning to take up the matter with the state authorities at the highest level. Let's wait and watch as the things unfold. Ms. Pragya Debbburman, thank you very much indeed for
Thank
speaking
you,
to
sir.
me on Northeast Live and expressing your point of view as to why you are upset over that function held at the sacred Darbar Hall of the Ujjayanta Palace. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I thank you on behalf of the people of Tripura, people who have stood by us, by the royal family, and I hope we'll be able to solve this thing soon. Thank you so much, Wasbir.
Thank you. Let's hope for the best.
Thank you.